Hey, welcome back to How to Barbecue Right. Today I'm going to show you how I grill the perfect ribeye steak. And I know Valentine's Day is coming up, man. You want to cook something for that special someone in your life. Don't worry about making reservations. Go get you a couple of nice ribeye steaks like I've done. Get a fire going out on your grill, and man, in just a little bit of time, you can have a better steak than you can get at a steakhouse, I promise you. Today I went to the Butcher's Block, which is the local butcher store here in my town in South Haven, and picked up a couple ribeyes from Brad, the butcher there. Man, he always has great meat. These were Angus choice ribeyes. They're not the most expensive that you can buy, but they have a lot of good marbling, a lot of good flavor. And a ribeye like this, man, it's gonna be out of this world. When I'm cooking ribeyes, I like keeping it simple. There's not a lot that I have to do to the meat. I mean, I want the beef flavor to come through, but I do want to get some seasoning on it. And I like to give it about an hour. When I get these steaks and I bring them home, if they go in the refrigerator, bring them out of the fridge for at least an hour before you're gonna grill them. And you're gonna get some seasoning on them. You want some salt and some pepper and some garlic. And that's what I have here in my AP rub. And I just want a light coat of that AP on all sides, even the edges. What I'll do for the edges, I'll just kind of stand them up here on the plate and get some of that overfill. So I've got the seasoning on the steaks, and I want to do this an hour ahead of time because I want to give it time to pull the moisture out of the meat. And that's how we're going to get some flavor down in that meat. The seasoning, simple salt and pepper and garlic, everybody knows those flavors. They go great with steak, and it's keeping it real simple. We just want them to hang out. You got plenty of time to go get the coals fired up. I'm going to be cooking these today on my Weber. Just a good hot bed of coals. Temperature is about 450 to 500 degrees if you're cooking it on another grill, but you want it good and hot where we can sear it. And I'll show you the steps to cooking it, easy as can be. We're also going to serve these up with the mushroom and red wine sauce that goes great with ribeye steak. I'll show you how to do that too. Stick around. All right, to start this mushroom red wine sauce, I've just got a tablespoon of butter I'm melting here, and I'm going to add about a half a red onion I've chopped up. Saute this just for a minute or two. Now we're going to add about 3 cloves of garlic. Go ahead and toss in sliced mushrooms. You can use your favorite mushroom here. I've got some baby bellas. We'll season it with just a little bit of the AP. All right, so we sauteed the mushrooms just for a couple minutes. Then I'm going to add about a tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. Now we're ready for the red wine. We need this to reduce down and make a sauce. All right, now that the wine's reduced for about 3 minutes, I'm gonna add a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce and then a half a cup of beef broth and let it reduce. All right, it's been about 10 total minutes here of reducing the red wine down, this mushroom red wine sauce. You can see a lot of the moisture's gone. Last but not least, I turned the heat off and I just want to put a tablespoon of butter in and just kind of melt it down. This is going to kind of smooth out the sauce a little bit, give it that silky flavor, and you don't really want it to be reducing at this time. We've got the heat turned off, just letting the temperature of the sauce melt the butter. Our chimney's been going about 15 minutes here, and my coals are getting close. I like to see them a little more ashed over, a little more white, but I've got some really good heat on them. These are going to be good and hot coals. So in about another 5 minutes, I'll spread these coals out in the bottom of the Weber and get my grate over them. I'm also going to be using those grill grates today to give the ribeyes some nice grill marks. We'll show you how we get those when we get those steaks on. So about another 5 minutes, it'll be time to start cooking. Okay, I got the grill good and hot outside, and it's almost up to 500 degrees on that Weber. Steaks have come up to room temp, the seasoning's had time to work on them, and just before they go on, I like to give them one last little finishing seasoning. This is where I use a coarse ground rub. You can use a Montreal or any kind of steak rub you like. I've got one that I've kind of came up with a recipe for, and I like it, so I've been having pretty good luck with it on steaks. But I don't want to go heavy. I just want to create a little crunch on it. This is going to brown up by letting these steaks sit out and letting the moisture kind of pull to the surface of them. With the seasoning, it's going to really help them to brown. Well, this last little bit of seasoning is going to give them kind of a little crust flavor, and it's going to be really good on the finished product. So we'll hit both sides just a little bit, just a little top coat, not heavy. Now we're ready to go out to the hot grill. That's exactly what we're going to do. Let's take these steaks outside and get them on some fire. All right, so we've got our grate hot. I'm just gonna pick a good hot spot here. We're gonna kind of put these steaks on at an angle. Because after 2 minutes, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna give them a little twist. I wanna create that restaurant look on them. Get the lid back on. This only takes 2 minutes and a twist, and then another 2 minutes and a flip. So it's gonna be real simple. All right, it's been 2 minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and get the twist going. Go into a new hot pot of the grill. Just twist these the same way. Another 2 minutes. All right, now it's time to get our flip on. Ooh, look at those steaks. It's a beautiful ribeye. You'll notice I'm getting the lid back on pretty quick. I want to keep my heat in there. So you always want to get the lid back. All right. One last twist. And cooking ribeyes is that easy. All right, our time's up on these ribeyes. We're shooting for a perfect medium rare temperature. It took about 8 minutes to get us there. We are looking awesome. I mean, if that don't say Valentine's, I love you, I don't know what does. You'll make somebody real happy if you cook some ribeyes like this. Let's take them inside, let them rest for about 5 minutes. Then we're gonna dress these up, cut into them. You know, I'm gonna have some of that mushroom red wine sauce on these. Show you how we do it. All right, these ribeyes have been rested for about 5 minutes, and that's plenty enough time. Let's talk about what we did to get them here. It was real simple, man. We just took some really good ribeyes. These were Black Angus choice ribeyes, good marbling in them. Seasoned them with a little bit of that salt, pepper, and garlic AP seasoning of mine. Let them hang out for about an hour so some of that moisture can start pulling into the surface, and it'll kind of cause that steak to brown up, give us some of these beautiful marks that we got with our grill grates. Cooking technique was simple. 2 minutes, flip, do the same thing again. Gives you a perfect ribeye every single time. We also hit them with a little bit of that steak and chop just for a little bit of extra flavor. Now the moment I've been waiting for. This is what's gonna make somebody happy. You cut into these ribeyes and see what they look like in the middle. I'm just gonna cut right into it, show you what we're working with. Man, that in a beautiful medium rare ribeye, I don't know what is. And that's what that 8 minutes gives you every single time. And I'm going right for a piece right here. I can't stand it. This is my favorite cut of steak. Just melts in your mouth. You gotta hit it with some of this mushroom red wine sauce that we made. It's kind of a reduction there. I'm just gonna put a little bit out right and get a piece. I'm going back in. I'm not gonna, no joke about it. Gotta try it with that mushroom sauce. Hey, if that don't give me some loving on Valentine's, I don't know what will. This is a simple recipe. You don't have to make those reservations weeks in advance to do anything for Valentine's. Show the person you care about how much you really love them and cook them a steak like this at home. A lot of great things can go as a side. You can put together a salad. You can grill some asparagus or some baked potatoes. Anything goes great with a ribeye. Give that mushroom and red wine reduction sauce a try. Thanks for checking us out here on How to Barbecue Right. If you like what we're doing, please subscribe to the channel. We're gonna keep putting these videos out all year long. Also, you can find us on Facebook and Twitter. We'll see you next time.